We say we take one step towards divinity, divinity takes 10 steps towards us. We would find this an occurrence in daily life, that when the mind is filled with goodness, and divinity is always synonymous with goodness. Nobody ever says divinity is bad. So if our minds are saturated with thoughts of divinity, we draw grace from divinity. And it is a natural force of our own thought, be it negative or positive, that whatever we think, we would definitely attract. And in that attraction, and this applies to love as well, if you want to be successful in anything, in a career, in love, in anything, and if your mind is firmly established on that particular object that you want to reach, you will find conditions around you that will make it conducive for you to reach that object. One of the secrets of success, in worldly terms, of course, is to develop a burning desire. With the burning desire, you plan. So you want to make $5 million in 5 years. That desire must burn in you. It must consume you. And meanwhile, you formulate a plan and you work according to the plan and you set your goal. And you will find that because of that burning desire, you'd be attracting people to you, conditions to you that will further your plans and make you successful. The same principle applies to divinity, but here it is not a burning desire, but a yearning to become one with divinity. It has, if there is any selfishness that, by becoming one with divinity, I will have this reward or that reward or that reward, then it is not yearning. It becomes wishful thinking. So you develop that love, that yearning for that which is divine, and you proceed on the path towards divinity. And because of your own yearning and feelings within you that are so strong, you attract. Like the analogy I gave you the other day, you do not need to go and call the butterflies. Just make your garden beautiful, and they come on their own accord, hundreds of them. And that principle also applies to love. The love between man and woman is not so dependent upon both parties together. If you love a woman just for the sake of love, not for lust or for any other greed, not because of any infatuation, you just love. And you will find, for example, the practice of Guru Shakti is based upon that. You'd find that she will start loving you. But for that, one needs a strength which is acquired through spiritual practices. And when one loves strongly and deeply, and first understands the meaning of love, then that love is activated in the entire atmosphere, in the entire universe. I personally have never found anyone that hates me. Why? The reason is simple. Because I love everyone and everything. So, by loving everyone and everything, those that are receptive enough come to me with love. You see? So love becomes a gift that you give totally unselfishly. And love is another name for expressing divinity. So, taking a step in the direction of divinity, divinity takes 10 steps towards you, not necessarily in the physical form, but makes things easier for you, conducive for you, for who knows the ways of divinity. A man might be going through so many troubles, but there is divinity at work there. It is the energy of the divinity that enforces the law of karma, and whatever you sow, you reap. It enforces, the very divine energy enforces that. So therefore, our actions has to be conducive with the laws of nature, to divinity or to love, which is the same thing. Modern psychologists would talk about physical and mental chemistries that bring two people together. Now, there is some truth in it, only a fraction of truth in it. Because whatever happens inside you does express itself in a kind of mental or physical chemistry. They can't define the chemistry. They can't define the various secretions in the body that makes one love another. So, for want of better words, they would say there is some mental chemistry going on where two people are deeply attracted to each other. But you can have so much attraction, and yet not love. It could be just a surface feeling. And then as you pursue this, the surface feeling would naturally fade away. But if it's from deep within, it would never fade away. And every day you would see, it would seem as if you've married your wife just yesterday. And even if you are married for 26 years, 27, 30 years, it seems new. But in the beginning, to use that expression, chemistry, in the beginning, the chemistry was not right, and that inner feeling was not just there, then people still do live on together for 25, 30 years. They do, but not with the intensity of love. They become attached to each other. That is why they live with each other. Love knows no attachment. They become dependent upon each other. And so they are forced by circumstances to live with each other. Instead of the husband having to hire a housekeeper to cook and clean, so he has a wife. The wife requires a breadwinner, so she has a husband. And they go through life for all those years, 30, 40 years perhaps, or whatever, being dependent upon each other, but not because of love. There is the difference. We find people saying, John is married for 30 years with his wife, and they must be loving each other so much. But that is very seldom true. Very few people in this world can really love. And as Dante has said, the greater the man, the greater his love. So, by greatness, we don't mean that he is a prime minister of a country or some great genius. That is not greatness, that is surface greatness, perhaps, in the eyes of ordinary people. Though to become the president of the country is great, they might be worse off inside themselves than an ordinary man in the street. But Dante was describing the greatness within man. He was describing that integration that should be there in order to love. Because love, people regard it to be a quality. And like divinity, also it is not a quality. Because qualities are definable. Qualities can be detracted from or added to. You make a pot of curry. And you find if it's not strong enough, you add on more masala, chilies, and you make it stronger. So that curry has a quality of pungency, and you can make it more pungent. But not love. Love is an expression of one's totality, mind, body, and spirit. Like the fragrance of a flower, which is but an expression of itself. So, when one is integrated and learns to express oneself totally, then you would have the glimmerings of what love is all about. And when that expression can reach and be felt and experienced rather by the spouse, then two people are in love. If a young man comes to me and says, I've fallen in love, met a girl yesterday, I would say, pure rubbish. It's not true. You have an attraction, mental, physical. You might think alike. But that is not love. Love is something that grows and grows and grows. It's forever expanding. It is limitless. And every day becomes an exploration in the framework of love. The man you have married or the woman you have married, how much do you really know of her? Very little. Yes, you know she has brown hair and blue eyes and a cute little nose and things like that. That's all you know. And if you go further, you know something about her mind. What is the most important thing that stands out in your mind? Oh, that she has a terrible temper. She wouldn't take any nonsense. You see, the negative qualities always stand out more than the positive ones. And then when you think a bit deeper and you are in a good mood, you'd say, oh, well, she's very kind and she's very considerate. She brings in the morning tea to my bed. You'd say that. But then afterwards, the cunning little mind thinks, well, damn it, it's her damn duty. I work so hard earning the beans and bread, so why shouldn't I be served? Where's the love? There's it. On the other hand, the woman thinks, well, he's kind and considerate to me, okay, fine. But haven't I borne children for him? Don't I look after the home? Don't I look after him, his clothes, his dirty socks? And what have you? Don't I do it? You see. So it becomes a business and not love. You do this for me, I do that for you. Fine. But it's not love. It's a partnership. And you don't expect two partners in a business to love each other. They want to see profits. How can we get the maximum profits? So it is a business. Talking of socks, it reminds me of a story. There was this Canadian man posted to Nigeria, and as an officer there. And he was very well known to serve the loveliest coffee. Now in Nigeria, the coffee is rough. It's not so fine as we have it here, which you just mix in a cup. So one day a guest asked, your coffee here when you entertain us is so lovely. How do you make it? Who makes it? So they called for the cook to come. Right in there in Africa, you get servants very cheaply. You pay them £2-3 a month. £2-3 a month, and you have a servant. Fine, here, I believe if you want daily help, they'll charge you $30 for half a day. Well, there, for $30 in South Africa, we have a girl working for us for the past 18 years, and she gets $25 a month because she lives in the house and she's part of the family. And she lives with us, and of course she eats the food. So if Lata cooks for 4 people to fit in the 5th, it's no extra cost, really. Fine, and she gets $25. Here for $25, you can't even get a helping hand for half a day. Those things are different there. So now here, back to Nigeria. So they called the cook, and the guest asked him, how do you make your coffee? He says, sir, it is simple. I put in water into the pot, I put in the coffee, and I put in the milk, and I boil it. And then after that, what do you do? He says, I take one of my boss's silk stockings and strain it through there. So here the boss got wild. He says, what? You use my best socks to strain coffee? And so this poor African man, he was shivering there now. He says, no, boss, I never use the clean ones. Do you see? So life becomes a business and not love. There are very few people in this world that can really love. The love could be so intense, the mind could be so attuned that you might feel a headache and your spouse would feel that same headache. They're so attuned. These are the various expressions of love. In the Western countries, as I've said sometime before, that you have 3 divorces in one divorce in every 3 marriages. And sometimes you have 3 divorces in one too. So because the emotional stability is not there. Mental fragmentation. So therefore I say over and over again to people throughout the world, meditate and do spiritual practices so you find the stability within yourself. Most of the divorces that occur is because of instability as the root cause, which brings about inadequacy and insecurity. And when you feel insecure and inadequate within yourself, you will always not admit that to yourself, but you will find the fault in your spouse. You'll find a million faults. A man that truly loves a woman will never, she might have a million faults, but he won't see them. He is too involved in loving her that he does not see the faults. Same thing with divinity. If your heart and mind is forever filled with the thought of God, with 24 hours a day in all your actions, every action becomes a meditation, then you cannot but help attract more and more of the divine force to you until you have captured the entirety of divinity. You become divine yourself. You have unfolded it all. So, when we say if we take one step towards divinity, divinity takes 10 steps to you. Now that must not be taken literally. It has to be taken figuratively. As we, with little effort, unfold ourselves, you'll find it automatically expanding 10 times more. You make effort for one, but the result is 10. You see, it's like a dam wall. You just need to unloosen one brick, and the water starts rushing through, and the force of the water will break all the bricks around that one brick, and the wall will be broken, and the water will flood away all the discrepancies and insecurities that are within us. You see, and that is what is meant. That when we say we take one step towards divinity, he takes 10 steps towards you. The most important thing is to be on the right path, the path that is totally suited to you. For divinity and love are synonymous. And I've said this before, if you can truly love, you find divinity in that love, for love is the expression of divinity. Now, do never hanker after love. We find many people in this world that are so lonely. It is a tragedy. Men and women that are lonely. And yet, in this vast world, if all those lonely people could be put together, it'd be something good. They're so lonely, and yet they do nothing to get rid of the loneliness. They don't join various societies, cultural organizations, various kinds of groups where they can meet people, but they'll sit at home and be in gloom. I'm lonely, I'm lonely, I'm lonely. It does not help that way. You got to actively do something about it to get rid of the loneliness. And after all, finding a spouse, finding a girlfriend, or finding a wife, why? Why do you want a wife? Or why do you want a husband? If the reasons are selfish, that he has someone that will cook and wash for me and was someone that will bring home the daily bread, then it won't work. You will attract that kind of person. But if you stop hankering, and hankering necessarily means a need. If you have no need, then there is no hankering. So, what you find is what you think you need. And finding the girl attractive, you marry her. So there must be no hankering, but just become loving yourself. Become loving, and you will attract all the love in the world around you. All the world. It's very seldom, and I don't think this has happened in 10,000 times, where I would not be able to elicit a smile from somebody. Or a kind word here, a kind word there. Something happens. The same thing with a guru and chela relationship. There is that indefinable something, some electricity, that spark just brightens up. The same thing with man and women. And it has to be diligently pursued. The mistake many people make that, while they're courting a girl, they'll always be well dressed up and, and the women too, and this, that, and after they're married, He said, well, we're married now, so what? So he'll be lazy and, he won't look after himself and be as attractive as he should be. He'll neglect all that. The wife will get into bed with curlers in her hair. If my wife should put on curlers in her hair, I'll chase her out of bed. I don't want to see you beautiful while I'm fast asleep. During the day while in my office, put on your curlers while you're working in your kitchen. Not when we're going to bed. You see? Right, fine. So, to find divinity, there must be all love. There must be no hankering, no craving, but an inner yearning to become one with divinity. And if you try to become one with divinity through your spiritual practices, you will attract love from others, matter of direction. And when you meet the other person and you feel that warmth, that could be the starting point of a very lasting relationship of love. Now, I do not deny that when two people meet each other, they could say, we have fallen in love. In very few cases, very few cases, this is true. But this goes back to a previous lifetime when there was such a strong bond that they would take birth at the same time, perhaps even the opposite corners of the world, and yet meet to find that fulfillment in divinity. Among the Hindus, there is a saying which means that where women are worshipped, the gods are well pleased. Now, it has a very deep meaning. Where women are worshipped, there the gods are well pleased. Because you are expressing God in worshipping your wife by being totally devoted to her. You're expressing love to her, and by expressing love, you're expressing divinity. So naturally, the gods would be well pleased. But of course, it's not a one-way street. The ideal is this, that the husband worships his wife as a goddess, and the wife worships the husband as a god. Ati ke Parmeshwar. So, it is a mutuality of total devotion. There's a mutuality of total respect, understanding, sincerity, and then love dawns on its own. So, the point is this, that you cannot create love. It comes on its own. You create the conditions of sincerity, devotion, worship. No, worship does not mean you fall at her feet every morning and night, or she falls at your feet every morning and night. No, the worship is in the heart. You can use your wife or your husband for tratak instead of a candle flame. You visualize it totally. And all your mental energies are directed to her. And she would feel it. Or you do Guru Shakti and direct it towards her. Because Guru Shakti is nothing else but the grace. And you consciously direct the grace to her. And she becomes graceful too, full of grace. which is returned to you 10 times. That's it. So, people find it to be a very difficult thing. Very few become millionaires. They find that to be difficult. Very fewer still can really know what love is all about. Very few. And yet, love is the basis of our character. Love is the basis of our essence is love. And prosperity, we use the word millionaire, but that is the wrong word. Prosperity is also the basis, the essence of us. I always like this one saying, to have a wife well-willed. To have a wife well-willed, a field well-tilled. There's a third part of that, I always say it. A wife well-willed, a house well-filled, and a field well-tilled. So a wife well-willed, a house well-filled, no shortage, no necessity, and a field well-tilled means a good business or a good job. If you have that, it would be conducive to happiness. And how can the wife become well-willed? It is if you are well-willed, yes. How can your house be well-filled if you don't work and make the field well-tilled? So, you require work. You have to work. For nothing comes for nothing, and very little for 5 cents. That's it. So, action, 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 and not wishful thinking. Even around the home, when the wife does this or the husband does that, naturally it would be appreciated. Being considerate would be appreciated. And all these little things add up to worldly love between two people. And that worldly love between two people can be elevated to total divine love. Through the object of your devotion, you reach the entire universe. And that is what the Hindus do, actually. When you have these statues of Krishna or Rama in the temples, they do not pray. I suppose many of them do, but the whole essence, the story behind it, the theory behind it is this, that you are not praying to that statue of Krishna or Rama or Vishnu or whatever God, whichever one believes in, but you use that as a focal point and you worship and reach divinity through that focal point. So it's not a worship to, but through. That's it. And why apply it to a dead statue made of stone? You could if you incline that way. Why not a living being? Why not a living being? Same thing applies to spiritual masters. Why not a living one? He can answer you back. Why a dead one? And as the saying goes, when the disciple is ready, the master always appears. For us, for example, say Nirmala, Chetanji, Lee, and many of you here. Nirmala knows me from the very first time I think I came to America. More or less that. And still, we are so together. Deep love flows. I respect her as a mother. Deep love flows. There is a union somewhere deep inside, and that union forms with each and every one of the pupils or the chelas. And that is what works. You create that channel. That's all. And the energies that flows through the Guru flows to you. Divine, uplifting energies. It has nothing to do with the body, nothing to do with the mind. It's a direct hotline from the superconscious level of the Guru to the superconscious level that is within you. The spiritual master lives in that superconscious level. He lives in the conscious level as well, simultaneous living. But the connection is from the superconscious level of the teacher's mind through to the mind of the chela, and lightens it up, keeps it alive, guides it, nurtures it, like you would water a plant, nurture a plant. And that happens. And it happens spontaneously, automatically, and effortlessly. Yes. And those are the mechanics of love, and those are the same mechanics of divinity, where you find that attunement at the superconscious level. So between man and women, the first attraction is on the conscious level, where mind and body are involved, and then that can be led to the superconscious level. So from the super level, you love superbly. And that can be attained by everyone. When I speak of hankering, hankering is normally a kind of imbalance. You want to love, yes, fine. And make some effort to find the person that you can love. You do not need changing shifts again, huh? Yes. And then with spiritual practices, you would find that you would reach that area where there's deep, total love, the total oneness, where you and your spouse are not separate. You're joined together in the superconscious level with super glue. And it becomes one. So the superconscious level is one. All the conflicts and all the fights and all the problems are at the lower level and never at that higher level. So that is what man aspires to. And when he can find himself merged in that superconscious level, then the love, the expression becomes one with him because he expresses it. It is his expression, which is love. So, what happens here now? His expression from that level is so powerful, powerful magnet, drawing all the filings, even if the filings are rusty. The powerful magnet still draws it. And not only draws it, but it also magnetizes that piece of iron that the magnet has drawn. And any schoolboy has tried this experiment. He takes a piece of iron and rubs it against a magnet, and the magnet can also pick up other iron. Any schoolboy does that experiment. So here between man and women, if your love is strong enough, you are the magnet, you magnetize her. So she too draws love to her. Those are the mechanics. Hmm. See what we got here. There was an embassy luncheon where people from various races were invited. So this young Englishman was seated next to a Chinaman. So this young Englishman wanted to be friendly, and after soup was served, he said, "You likey soupy?" So the Chinaman just smiled. He just smiled. And the Englishman thought, oh, this poor fellow might not be able to speak a word of English. So after dinner, the speakers, after dinner speeches, and as a visitor, the Chinaman was asked to give a speech. So the Chinaman stood up and gave a speech full of wit and wisdom. Beautiful speech he gave. So, with the applause, as the Chinaman was sitting down again, he asked the Englishman, "You likey speechy?" Yeah. Talking with this Chinaman, you have these TV stations, and the three of them, three Chinamen, were sitting and talking about TV. So, you're just in time for some jokes. So, these three Chinamen were sitting and talking about jokes. So, the one Chinaman says, "Me, CBC." The other one says, "Me, CKVU." And the third Chinaman says, "Me, no telly." Yes. So this woman was driving her car. Driving her car, and while she was driving, she was knitting. I've seen this happening. I saw a woman driving a car, and while driving the car, she was writing out a check because she had to get to the bank. That's a dangerous thing to do. You're driving, keep your attention on the wheel, on the road. So this woman was knitting away while she was driving. So she passed a patrol car, a police car, and the policeman saw this. The traffic policeman saw this, and he chased her. And coming alongside her, he said, "Pull over." So she replied, "No, socks." Yes. Yes, there was a female pickpocket and a male pickpocket in New York. They got together and fell in love with each other, and they got married. And so they were thinking that if we should have a child, wow, he would be a genius pickpocket. So in due course, the woman conceived, and a boy was born. Good. But after a while, they noticed that the boy would not open his right hand. They tried all kinds of things, but he would not open his right hand. So someone told them that, look, why don't you try a psychologist? So they went to the psychologist, and they told the psychologist the whole story. So the psychologist took the little boy in on his lap with one arm, and then took out his gold watch and waved it in front of the little boy's eyes. So the little boy was watching that beautiful gold watch. So then slowly he opened his hand, and what was in his hand was the midwife's wedding ring. So we could instill A lot of good things or bad things in our children. You'd appreciate you're a nurse. Now this young lad, he passed high school and his parents sent him to college. College in New York from Vancouver, because he wanted to take up a certain particular subject, which was not offered at UBC. So he went to New York, and of course, New York is such a fast place, and money just, gets through your hands like water. So every time he writes, and made excuses, Dad, I need to buy this kind of book, it costs $70. And a little while later, although he used to get his regular spending money, pocket money, his fees were paid and everything, but every time, every month, the boy would write with some excuse that there is exhibition we have to go and see, which the professor insists upon, and because I need the entrance fee, and this, that. Keeps on writing. So the father was getting tired of this. So the boy wrote another 2-3 letters, and the father just ignored the letters. So in desperation, the son sends a telegram to his dad. He writes, no man, no fun, your son. So the father replies, also by telegram, too bad, how sad, your dad. Now, there was this one fellow, he went on a long journey. It was a slow train which stopped at every station. So in his compartment, there was a fellow passenger, and naturally you would start talking. It's a long journey. So, but what this one man did, that when the train stopped at any station, he would jump out and go to the booking office and then run back before the train took off again. So this happened at quite a few stations. So this fellow passenger said, is there anything wrong? Could I be of any assistance to you? And so this man replies, he replies that my doctor told me that I've got a terrible heart disease and I could drop down dead any minute. So therefore, I'm booking my ticket from station to station. Yes. And of course, in the army, Chetanji and Les and Hugh, they joined the army. Right. So one morning they were on parade. And the sergeant major asked them, are there any people here on the parade that are fond of music? So up goes Chetan's hand and Hugh's hand and Leslie's hand plus someone else. So Sergeant Major says, good. Report immediately to the canteen because the piano has to be shifted. And I see that teachers here. This teacher writes to Mrs. Jones, and she says, your son Jimmy is a very bright boy, but he spends a lot of time, he wastes a lot of time with the girls, and I'm trying to break him of this habit. So Mrs. Jones writes back, and he says, thank you very much for the note, and I'm happy you're trying to break the habit. Please let me know how you do it. For I've been trying for years to break his father of the same habit. Good. I think we've done an hour. How about, I believe you Canadian people are fond of singing. Is that true? Perhaps you could join me in this. The words, it's one of my little compositions. It's quite long, but we'll just do 2 lines of it. It means Jai Rama, which means hail or praise to the Lord. People call him by many names. Some call him Ishvara, some call him Allah, some call him Christos. But he is the same. I'll start it off here, and you'll join in. I know you got beautiful voices. Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Ishwar Allah, Christos tera naam. Ishwar Allah, Christos tera naam. Jai Ram. Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai 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 Jai Ram. Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai.